Wait. Wait.
Oh,
there
I
we
have
go.
to take it off?
It's a lot. Yes, it's too big. It's too big.
Good morning, Mr. Glenn Larry.
Glenn Girl, Larry, Glenn Ross. Here we go.
And good morning, Patty. Good morning, all. Welcome to 11:11 Conversations with Jen and Mao. Today is Theatrical Thursday. And yes, we have been MIA from Instagram for the last couple of days because for some reason I couldn't find how to get on live. I finally found they changed the little icon, the camera icon, and there
is the rub.
Is where you get to go on live and the phone and everything else.
Mine is not.
Mine
is the old version.
That's weird. Are any of you also looking for the live button on Instagram?
You know, we are talking about this because it is Theatrical Thursday.
Theatrical Thursday.
And we got to learn how to push those buttons.
Yes, we do. So let's see. Let's see the chat.
El Chato?
Yes.
All right. Good morning, Allison. I lost 45 pounds. Yeah.
Right. Yay.
Nice.
Good
Patricia.
Morning, Patricia Santiago in the house. Miami
Howdy.
In the house. Good morning, all. And let's jump into our magical elevator.
Yes. Let's jump on it.
Let's jump in it, baby.
Vamos. Let's do the action. Ready?
All right.
And 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
We are in the magical elevator. And now let's be like we're on a Star Trek scene.
Mine is smooth. Yours is bumpy.
Listen, life can be a smooth ride or a bumpy ride.
It's all perspective.
We choose.
That's funny.
We choose.
We both jump into the elevator, the same elevator, and his experience was bumpy. Mine was super smooth.
You know why? Can I tell you why?
Did you see that?
Can I tell you why?
Of course you can.
Because I imagine myself on that plane, right? You know how the plane takes off and it starts going like this, and then it gets up and all of a sudden becomes smooth. But then there's turbulence at some point.
Yeah, but this isn't a plane. This is an elevator. It's a magical elevator. So there is no turbulence. Woo!
At least for that hour, at least for the 45 minutes to an hour that we do here with you.
Baby, no, listen, it's hilarious because it's a beautiful example of perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Of people's different experiences and the way they see or experience the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, but getting on a roller coaster, it's a bumpy ride, but it's an exhilarating ride.
Yes,
so life can be exhilarating while there's bumps.
There is no but. Why are you butting? It's good. It's valid. My perspective and your perspective, we are completely.
No, but we're one person. We should be thinking the same way.
No, don't be shitting on me.
Shouldn't we be thinking the same way?
Huh?
Shouldn't we be thinking the same way?
No, we shouldn't. There is no shouldn't.
How come all of a sudden you have this?
Because I get
you want the control?
I am a controller, like you are. That's why you took it from me. All righty. So good morning, you guys. How are you this morning? Theatrical Thursday. I am so excited. I found this awesome book from a teacher called Margie Haber. I bought this book years ago, and it looks so brand new. I know that I definitely, I just skimmed it back then. I did not really read it all through. And now that I'm wiser and older, I can definitely see and experience and relate to all of the things that she's talking about. Because I know that when I first bought it, I was just starting out. So I think that my attention span. I've never been a big reader. That's one thing. When
I do think
when I go back to my creator, I'm gonna be like, God, next time you make me,
please
just make me a reader the very beginning.
Yeah, but listen, this is where I sometimes wonder.
Now's when I'm falling in love with reading.
I ponder things because it's very interesting. Our son Adrian loves to read. He can pick up a book and his attention span is amazing. He can stay with a book, right? Now, is it because since he was a child, we made reading such a part of his life,
Well, yeah, of
right?
course.
Because we're doing it with Juliana, but Juliana fights us on like, I don't want to. But Adrian wasn't like that.
No.
Adrian was not like that.
Right. So
He would just pick up the book and read.
Girls, we're just more complicated, aren't we?
I didn't say it.
We just get distracted more
But
easily.
But I mean, in all honesty, because I know that reading wasn't. I knew that I was taught to read in school and stuff, but I was never really. My parents were never like.
No, my parents were not big readers either. So it's one habit that I've definitely picked up later in life, and I've always wanted to have it because I have a huge collection of books, as you can tell back here, and I also have another bookshelf, and I have pretty amazing books, and I'll start them in the past, like I have started them, and I've never. I haven't completed all of them.
But
now is when I am really falling in love with the idea of reading. You know.
Yeah.
He was an only child for a long time. I am the same way.
¿Qué dice?
He was an only child for a long time. I am the same way. Visión Poder. Good morning.
Good
Patty.
morning.
Okay, so
that's interesting. That's also an interesting point that he was the only child.
Yes, exactly.
That's interesting.
That's probably
We were not only child.
No,
we were five brothers.
Well, and
I don't think any of us
kids in the house. I grew up with my cousins, so there was so much distraction. We were always playing. So yeah, that's a good observation. Really good observation.
Now,
I had to entertain myself, and I used to read my children's encyclopedia. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. See, this is the thing. I never had an alone moment growing up. I was always with either my little brother taking care of him or my cousins, and there was always chaos in the house. So there was no quiet time or no reading time or none of that.
Yeah, so but also, you know, in Juliana's school, her homework is she's got to do 40 minutes every day of reading.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. I don't remember when I was in third grade that there was a reading
that they gave
time.
Us reading. I think through the times, reading has become more prevalent in the media where they actually they promote it, right? So I think it's that. But also, Patty says, is there elevator music? Yes, there is. I'm like, danza kuduro, baby.
Also, when we're into, like this morning, we read the first 10 pages of this, and because it goes so much with what we live every day, that this is an easy read, right?
This is something. Well, yes, absolutely.
And we could read it because we could relate to it.
We're like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, this is me. Oh, this is me.
After 30 years in the business, I'm like, oh wow, yes, I did that.
This is me. Oh,
and now
Jesus.
we can give this back to our students, right. And it's also confirmation of maybe we thought it, but we're like, no. But no, this book is a confirmation of we all go through the same thing as actors, and thinking, oh, I'm the only one who hates auditions. No, every actor, auditioning is so awkward. It's such a process that is just people are judging you.
It's a point. Since it's Theatrical Thursday, we'll share this. It is so true that we go to school. Most of us who go and study this craft, all of us go that way, and you spend time studying the craft of acting. Yet, the one thing that the school systems are missing in teaching acting in schools is the auditioning process.
Exactly.
Now, when I was
the mindset,
right?
And
when I was in musical theater class, though, they did teach us how to audition for musical theater. So I learned how to audition for musicals. I knew how to audition. Mm-hmm. But when I got my theatrical just in acting, most acting programs don't how to teach actors how to audition.
And
it's
which
a
is
skill.
One of the things that we
teach.
A
skill.
We definitely teach that now, and it's a different animal. And this book just confirmed it. And I studied in her studio, Margie Haber, years ago. I actually studied with Barbara, And it was fantastic. And that's why I bought the book. But then I got busy. And then, of course, by then I was a mom. And again, always like, I love books. I buy them. They're like, oh my God, this is such a beautiful book. And then I'll read the back. I'm like, oh yes, for sure. And then I'll be like this. And then I'm like, oh, I'm reading it. And then I read it. And then like, right. So, but I think that 2020 for me, and I think for you too, it's been a year to revisit. And we've had time to really be mindful of to do the things that you haven't had the time to, or you haven't carved out the time to do.
But let me ask this question.
Reading is one of those things for me personally. And I just love books. I love to be surrounded by books. And I've been hard on myself where I'm like, oh my God, look at all these books and I haven't read them all. But that's okay because I'm not alone. I'm not alone. It's clear that so many, put it on the comment box, who has bought a book and has not read through it all?
Or not.
And what is your question?
Well, I think that thank God for audiobooks because I love audiobooks.
Right.
You give me an audio, an audiobook,
driving and listening, great.
I'm good there because I'm driving and I'm thinking and I'm listening. Like right now, I'm doing Think and Grow Rich, and I'm listening. I'm doing it on the audio. You know,
right.
So thank God for audiobooks because I really do enjoy.
Got it.
Listening. And also,
there's something about touching a book and opening it and highlighting it that I love.
Okay.
That I because I'm so kinesthetic that I really love it. So,
I like that you're kinesthetic and that you like touching.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you love it.
Also, I know.
Buenos dias, madre. And Ray Angel Torres in the house.
Ray! I know also about me is that I really, at 27, there was a transitional thing in my brain where I felt like I became a better student as I got older.
I feel the same way.
My attention was more focused.
Sharma in the house. I totally agree with you, babe. I totally agree.
I think when I was going to high school, I was so worried about
the girls
and belonging and being in the clique, being in the swimming team, being in the. Right. So my attention was all over about belonging, being part of something,
right?
Instead of becoming the studious guy.
Exactly.
So as I've gotten older, I don't crave that as much anymore.
Exactly.
I don't. That learning, I crave. Learning new things.
Me too. So Yogesh, keep your track best efforts without hope from others, what they return you after you give them good. So what I am gathering that you want to say is to just keep doing your best, push forward with your efforts without needing approval from others, and continuing to give good in the world without needing the approval of others or concerning yourself with what others say. Right? I think that's what he meant by that.
What Yogesh?
Yes, thank you for that, Yogesh. So alrighty, let's pick out our cards.
Our tarjetas.
Today we have a guest. His name is Gil Rios. Did he confirm?
I sent him the link.
Did he confirm?
I'll see. I'll watch.
Alrighty, so here we are. Oh, ready? Yes, and we also want to give a shout out to Tenua TV.
Oh, yes.
Some pretty awesome gifts that we got. It's a film festival, and it's also a TV platform that just inaugurated this year, and we were both judges last week for the film festival, and Gil Rios is one of the filmmakers in participating in the film festival. So, alrighty.
We get a chance to talk to him.
Yes, we do. Here we go.
All right. Here we go. And inner power.
Ooh, I like that. Inner power. Yogesh says, when you do this, then God do all too without your thoughts that what gives to you. So that when you do that, then you are blessed by God always. I definitely get that.
Here we go.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just noticed that I put
Divine timing. Divine timing. All righty.
Theatrical Thursday. I meant to put. I don't know why I put Sexy Saturday.
You feeling sexy? You
Oh,
feeling sexy?
divine timing, ladies and gents.
All right.
El tiempo divino.
All righty.
Aquí
So
vamos.
Glenn may have a card. Let's pick a fairy card for Glenn. And for Mr. Glenn Larry.
Glenn, here we go. And self-reliance.
Self-reliance. That's a good one. Your inner power will develop with divine timing. Ooh, I love that, Allie. Yes, absolutely. All of Austin's book and his film. You can also buy his film on Blu-ray on Amazon and Austin's music. Okay, that's a recommendation. I love that. Thank you. Definitely the recommendations, put them on the comments. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so at Trueform Films in YouTube, and invite your friends. And if you like our show, definitely share the link so that people can see and know that we're out here. Yes. Hello, Beatrice Wara in the house.
Whoa, Wara!
Hi guys, sending love and energy. We are receiving it with love and
dándolo
yes.
La energía positiva.
Big love. And one recommendation that we have is Selena. The show Selena started. I dropped last week, I believe, and we are on episode 5. Starting 5.
Starting 5.
We finished 4. We got to start number 5, and I'm really enjoying it. Really loving it. Seeing friends that are on there, and it's just so beautiful to see. And it's so, after 30 years of being in this business, right? We were in Mexico and watching all the commercials. I'm like, oh my God, look at John. Oh my God, look at this one. Oh my God, look at this one. And then he came on for his AT&T. So it's really cool to just be on TV and I watch TV and see all
we don't
our friends.
see television as like the average person.
So the TV's
most
on
of the time,
when we go to Mexico.
you turn a channel on and we see somebody we know. So it's actually it's an awesome thing, right?
It is. It's
because
so
I remember when I was a kid in Davis, California.
Welcome. Today's Theatrical Thursday, so we're talking about the business, just so you know.
When I would watch, I watched West Side Story and then I watched La Bamba, and all that seemed so far away. Right. So far away.
And now I'm like,
and now we're in the business, and I've worked with Rita Moreno.
I've
worked with Isai Morales. I've worked with Elizabeth Pena. The people who I saw
all the time.
And
it's
now,
a beautiful thing.
We watched Karate Kid. I remember I watched Karate Kid in Davis, California.
Yeah.
And the fact that it takes place in Reseda, California.
I know.
And to me, it seemed like this faraway place.
And we live like 10 minutes from Reseda. So it's pretty awesome.
I know.
It's about celebrating, the life that we've chosen, right? And like it says in this book, auditioning is a pain in the butt, but it's a necessary pain. No pain, no gain, right? Like working out, like for any industry. So it's like interviewing for any industry. So it's our auditions, our interview, our version of an interview. And so we always say that we get paid to interview, to audition, because at the end of the day, when we book the job, we're doing it for free because we love it so much.
But
so
also,
we've worked for it, and then we get the compensation.
But after. Also, you can it's been really great through this COVID bonus, the ability to be able to do your own self-tapes.
Yes.
Also, learning what it takes for the casting director and all the people to put all actors and film every actor and edit and choose and make sure that their slates are there. Everything has to be aligned. So there's a lot of work that goes into casting. So
right.
I think I've always known it, but I think I can appreciate it more because the auditions right now are really specific. So you got to do everything that they're asking you to do. So we got to make sure we read everything that they're saying, right? So I also value the time that casting takes to put on, because listen, you and I are not the only actors that they see. They see tons of people. Right. We just have to send our auditions in.
Right.
There's tons of people that they see throughout a day. So I can also realize, oh, that's why by the time sometimes you get to them, they're so tired.
Exactly.
Because they're human beings, they're not robots. So it's been this really wonderful aha moment to be able to see what the amount of work that casting has to do for the setup of just a casting session.
Exactly. So cheers to casting.
Cheers to casting.
We love you. We appreciate you, and we thank you.
I appreciate you even more now.
Yes, for always bringing us in and giving us the opportunities. Yeah. And I, working as a casting assistant for many years, I've known this for a long time. And so it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work that they put in. And so the least we can do is prepare and go in and do our best job and just have fun with it. They want us to have fun. They want it to be a fun environment, but they also have the stresses of making their boss happy, which is the producer or the director that hired them. So if we don't do a good job, we don't make them look good, So as actors, it's our responsibility to put our best foot forward always and know that they are on our sides. If we get the audition, it means that they're a fan. They want to see us. They want us to succeed. They want us to shine. So
can I say
one
something?
of the things, of course, baby, one of the things that the book reminds me of and that we tell our students is the mindset, right? That what we talk about here. So if we say, oh God, I hate auditioning, then your mindset is not in the right place. So subconsciously, you're already sabotaging yourself to not do a great job because you're not liking the process. And so that's energetically, that's something that goes through to them. And possibly that's why you're not booking or getting callbacks or whatever, but when you're really loving the process and you're in the moment and you're really in your mind, you're like, I love this process and I'm grateful for it. It will shift. And this book says it. And it's pretty awesome to just get the confirmation from this book.
I think that it's also good exercise. The moment we started producing 10 years ago, we saw production in a whole different level. As an actor who just is used to just learning their lines, going to their trailer and doing their scene and getting to go home, and you watch everybody else stay there for 12 to 16 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You get perspective.
Absolutely.
When you start producing, you get perspective when you're directing.
Yeah, what it
so
takes.
Now having to put ourselves on tape, now we get perspective on casting, on the amount of work. Because you've always worked in casting, so you have a better perspective than I do.
Yeah.
On casting, and
it's a lot of work,
and I get everything that they have to do even more. So I will put this out that if you are an actor, produce. So that if you're a director, go take an acting class.
Exactly.
If you're casting, go maybe try out some auditions. Be in other people's shoes.
Absolutely.
Because it will also give you a better perspective.
Right.
I think this is why.
And less judgment, because then you can definitely have empathy for the other person and for the other person's job and appreciate what they need, what they're going through and what they need to do.
It's interesting.
Do a good job.
Don't
be pointing at me, mister.
We were casting Jen's piece, right? And there was another, we got some feedback on some of the actresses, and Jen and I pretty much had already made up our mind on who we wanted and who we liked, right? But there was one actress that we really were gung-ho about from her first audition, but her callback wasn't as strong. But then there's something in Jen's head, you know what? I just need to see her one more time. Came back the third time and she nailed it, right?
Right.
So because we're actors and you get a sense.
Right.
And because we've been in rooms and we know
Mm-hmm.
how nervous sometimes can take over your audition and take over the creative act.
Mm-hmm.
So you were smart enough to go, you know
Bring her
what?
back. Right.
I'm going to bring her back one more time.
Right. Exactly.
And you did, and you made her feel so comfortable that she was able to let go. And that doesn't happen many times because
Right.
they
it's fast. Well,
but because we're actors,
for TV is really fast.
Yeah.
Film auditions and film directors have more time to do that. So as an actor, understand that if you're auditioning for a TV show, they ain't got time to nurture you or to give you, another opportunity. It's quick. It is quick. Film, it's different. There's definitely more wiggle room, and there's just more lax time. They don't make quick decisions. They take their time because they have it, because it's a pre-production of the film takes, sometimes 3-4 months. And in that process, they're casting. They're casting for the film. So there's time, But for TV, episodic, it's like boom, boom, boom. They're auditioning today. They're already casting you tomorrow. And that's it, right? So
yeah.
Anyway, let's do our inner power. If you have any questions on Theatrical Thursday, as actors, producers, directors.
Can you read what they're saying? Because I can't read that.
Let's see. Oh, it's a beautiful. Oh, okay. Well, today is the first day of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to all of our Jewish brothers and sisters. And Ali says, I don't practice Judaism. It is my background. My parents converted to Buddhism before I was born. And so it's a beautiful celebration. And it is. We went to one of those celebrations a few years ago, and it was really beautiful. Jen and Mao, how do you know what is your style as an actor? Is there such a thing? We'll answer that. Let me read Inner Power. And Beatrice asked you a question. Okay, so Beatrice. Oh, so that was Beatrice asking that question. Okay, you got it. I thought it was Ali, but it's Beatrice. We will answer you. Inner power. Our inner power, you guys. You are now allowing yourself to experience and express your true power. The fairies ask you to affirm, it is safe for me to be powerful. It is safe for me to be powerful. Repeat after me. Repeat after us. It is safe
to.
It is safe for me to be powerful. It is safe for me to be powerful. You have within all of the power. You have within you. You have within you all of the power of the universe. No one is more powerful than you as a spiritually minded being. It's impossible for you to misuse or abuse your power. Your guides will bring you opportunities to use and expand your power in ways that bring great blessings to you and the world. You are more powerful than anyone, and no one's more powerful than anyone. You got to be your own powerhouse, right? And not compare yourself to anyone else, but to who you were yesterday and who you're being, right? So heaven needs the light workers of the world, including you, to realize and utilize their power. By drawing this card, you're being asked to release any fears you may have about being powerful. You're asked to keep your self-esteem high by honoring yourself, taking excellent care of your physical and emotional self, working on your dreams and aspirations, and spending time in prayer and meditation. Wow, this is beautiful. Mm-hmm. The higher your level of self-esteem, the more comfortable you will be with your power. So you got to love yourself, right? And you got to really take excellent care of your physical and emotional self, and working on your dreams and aspirations, and spending time in prayer and meditation. Did you guys write that down? Bendición, Tia Teresa, in the house. So the affirmation is, it is safe for me to be powerful. I have all of the power of the universe flowing through me and supporting me. And it's so true. When we are separate, when we are out, when I am, right, I'm going to speak for myself. When I am out there thinking of the future, or in my head thinking of the past, I don't feel my power. But when I really then just let that go and practice my meditation and my chanting and I exercise and I really go within and do the breathing, that's when I really become so present to who I am and my power, and I feel so powerful. What about you?
Yeah, it's, I'm like this week I got back on my juicing and the lemon water, and it really makes a difference. And I see it. I mean, there's a shift on how I feel, and I'm kind of glad that I stopped for a little bit and also got back on it, because you feel the shift.
Absolutely.
And I'm I'm on track again with my meditation, and
right, because what happens, right? Holidays, family, friends,
traveling,
we get distracted, the traveling and stuff, but that's something, but it's all that integrity, we need. Right? It's all on integrity. We shouldn't be distracted.
No, we need to make a plan that even if we went, because the plan for like Zap the Juicing, we were going to not take the juicer, but we were going to take, and we didn't do it. Mm-hmm. We just got busy and we just had to go. Right. So, but I'm telling you, I feel so much better doing the lemon water, and that's just, it just has to be a part of my life.
Yeah,
that's it. It's just a part of my life.
Absolutely. So, tomar el agua con limón en la mañana y tomar los jugos saludables ayudan mucho.
Yeah.
Right? Y entonces estamos hablando del poder interno.
Because we did it, we were on it for a good, 2 months, 3 months?
3 months. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we sort of, for a week and a half, I didn't do it. And all of a sudden I started again on Monday. Yeah. And I feel a difference.
Absolutely.
It's just, you feel a difference.
Beatrice says, so true. I have not followed my morning routine this week, and it has been the longest week ever. Yeah. And it's pretty incredible, because this morning I woke up, right, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a little, am I going to feel, because he got a little bit of a cold. And I'm like, oh, I'm kind of feeling the achiness too. And I'm like, nope. So what did I do? I woke up, I did my water with lemon, I did my celery, I did also water, lemon, and cayenne pepper, and turmeric. So I made that tea. I drank that. Then I did my aguyesco. What is it?
Eagle Q.
Yeah, so the
Agaski
exercise. Then I did my priming. Then I did my priming, and I went walking, and I did my incantations and my affirmations, and I'm like, no, I'm not allowing myself to fall, to follow, the achiness and be like, oh my God. No. It's like, I am the power. I've got that inner power to like heal myself instantly. And I'm not allowing myself to go there. And then I also took my, and I took Theraflu, because I was feeling it. I'm like, I'm going to nip it in the butt right there. Boom, with the natural stuff and the meditation. Why are you looking at me like that?
You're so cute.
Yeah.
I love you.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Nip it in the bud.
Nip it in the bud.
Nip it in the bud.
No, thank you so much. I got too much to do. I am busy, and I have a shoot to do next week. I ain't got time to get sick.
I ain't got time for this.
I ain't got time for this. So Bob Ramey in the house. Woo woo.
Bobo.
So, and yes, my Bob, I was my goddess treatment has to wait, because I didn't want to go and expose Bob to any kind of heebie-jeebie germs. So inner power, we get to say, you guys, we get to say, and following through and being in integrity with ourselves, not beating ourselves up because we, took a week off because we went on a trip to visit family, but going, okay, I got to get back on, and it's all good. And seeing the difference is really key.
It was huge. I think it was key for me.
Yeah.
Key for me.
Exactly. So divine timing. This was awesome. Oh, self-reliance. I might as well. I'm already here.
Self-relajante.
This is for self-reliance, Mr. Larry. But this is for all of us, really, because we're all a collective energy. We get together every day at 11:11, and our energy is a collective energy. We are connecting, and so we are really raising our vibration individually, but as a group and as a collective. And it's a really beautiful community that we're creating, and I'm so grateful for you guys. So self-reliance. So if one of us asks for a card, it is for that person, but also listen, because since we're all one,
listen,
we
Linda.
We can all definitely benefit. You are your own best friend. And you can provide for yourself emotionally and physically. Sometimes we feel frightened and want to get reassurance from another person that everything's going to be all right. By drawing this card, you are reassured that everything you need is provided to you. You can rely on yourself and your own spiritual gifts to manifest all that you need in your life. Although your manifestations are the energy of spirit that often funnels through other people. So I'm going to read that again. Although your manifestations are the energy of spirit that often funnels through other people, it still originates with your own thoughts. It still originates from your own thoughts. There's a helicopter roaming around. Yeah. This card also counsels you to filter out negativity that may sway you from listening to your own inner voice. Don't let naysayers talk you out of fulfilling your dreams. Don't let naysayers talk you out of fulfilling your dreams. Okay? You are as qualified and deserving of achievement as any other person. Give yourself permission to succeed. You don't need permission from anybody else. Give yourself permission to shine and succeed in the things that you want in your life. You are as qualified and deserving of achievements as any other person. I can't say that enough. With focused intention and divinely guided action, your dreams are becoming reality right now. Your dreams are becoming reality right now with a focused intention and divine guided action. And the affirmation, write this down. I am tuned into my inner source of direction. I am tuned in to my inner source of direction. I confidently rely upon this inner source to guide me perfectly. I confidently rely upon this inner source to guide me perfectly. I love that.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
So today's Theatrical Thursday. We're talking about the business. Put any recommendations, any recommendations that you have. Divine timing. We haven't forgotten about your question, Beatrice. We'll answer. Divine timing. So perfect for actors, right? Divine timing. And I think for everyone that's pursuing their goals and dreams and what we really want. It's not in our time. It's not our timetable. It's divine timing. And the quicker we understand that and we just release and let go and trust, the less resistance and the less suffering we'll have, right? Divine timing. Pay attention to doors that are opening and shutting for you right now. Walk through doors that open and learn from the doors that shut. Your prayers are being answered. There is no doubt about that. However, everything operates according to the universal laws of divine timing. This means that certain pieces of the puzzle must first fall into place so that other parts can come to fruition. If you try to skip or rush certain pieces or parts, the whole plan will lack a solid foundation. Don't try to force open any doors that appear closed. Instead, ask your angels for guidance to see if the door closed because of a negative expectation or if it's simply a sign of divine timing. Look for other doors that do open and walk through them with faith and gratitude. With faith and gratitude. I'm actually do Jen, my mom's remedy to stop a cold. Okay, I love it. Thank you. I will definitely check that out. So yes, divine timing. So to answer Beatrice's question,
Everybody has a different
style.
It's not a style, but everybody's got different techniques. Everybody has their own technique. You can study Stanislavski, you study, Meisner,
You're not in this one, right?
Oh, there's different techniques that you learn. I happen to have a mesh of all of it. I found things that work for me within each technique,
Right.
and then you sort of make it your technique.
Exactly. Whoops. Yep, that's exactly.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but it's not a style. There's a style of singing. You can have a style in singing. You can use that word in style in music, right? But in acting is literally a technique.
Right.
What's your technique?
Right. But also, I think instead of style, it's more like what is your casting, right? For example, we aren't character actors, although now that we're older, like a character actor is somewhat, there's the ingenue, and then there's the lead, and then there's character actors and utility actors. So the difference between that is an ingenue, it's like, Romeo and Juliet, the leads in the film or TV show. Back in the day when we first started, it was more on looks. For you to be a lead, you had to really be pretty, and the handsome lead and the pretty lead, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, for example, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, right? They're not character actors. They are leading actors, the romantic leading roles.
But
now things have changed where it's more real people casting, where a lead in a film doesn't necessarily have to be the pretty girl. Now you see, I'm not thinking of names right now, but character actors being leads in their own films and in their own shows, which that has broken that mold of you need to be pretty or handsome to be in this business or be a lead in this business is no longer the truth. So the business has evolved towards real people casting.
The more real you are,
the more real you are, the better. So
which is why they cast more. Like, for example, if you go in, I used to go to auditions, believe it or not. When I first got here back in the early 90s, I would go in for like Cholo Vatos, right? And I would literally look like I'm putting on a costume because it's not my essence. It's not. Now they cast the real thing. They look for guys.
I used to draw. I used to draw little teardrops here and put my makeup on super dark, and also, try and look tough. But it's not the essence. And so, for young actors out there, just really right now, it's more about just being who you truly are and being your authentic self, because there's only one of you. And the role will find you. You will get cast in the right essence of your casting. So that's basically when it comes to style and also technique. It's also through the years I've picked up a lot of different techniques, and then you kind of make your own medley of techniques. And
because
depending on the role, what you use or what you need to use at that moment. Yeah,
because if you look at how the actor studio was taught, it was very Stanislavski, right? And then you go back to Lee Strasberg, and then you go to Uta Hagen, how she taught, and it really becomes a mesh of a technique that everybody, people like Marlon Brando were known for being very method Stanislavski, very, very actor studio. And so I think I've evolved into being, I was trained Stanislavski
Right,
in
so
both
was
my
I.
programs. In both the programs, I was
Right. Well, because
Stanislavski all
I
the
think
way.
that
But
that's
then,
what they do in school,
Right.
in traditional school. That's theory.
Yeah.
That's exactly that. Those are the fathers of
acting.
So they start with that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. And they're great. I mean, and that's always also
That's a good foundation.
a philosophy also on acting. I believe that acting cannot be taught. I think acting is a gift that you come with. What can be taught is technique.
Right.
That's my perception, and it's just the way I've always thought about it. I feel like I always knew how to act. I didn't understand technique, and technique made me a better actor.
Right. Exactly. And technique means how how to work in front of the camera and hitting your mark,
or what's an objective,
and,
or what do you want, or
Right.
all those little things that are academic. See, acting can be a very academic thing when it's taught, but you can learn all this academia. But the academia, when you're on set and you're doing your thing, and
Right.
same with theater, you got to
Just
throw it all
practical.
out, because you just got to be with the actor, and you got to be listening.
Absolutely.
You know, because you don't want the camera to see you technique, or you don't want the camera to catch you, being over dramatic or melodrama. And now it's about
Absolutely,
being as
Beatrice.
real.
And it's all about listening, like Mauricio says, and we always it's paying attention to the other person's emotions will take you where you need to go. You do the homework at home, you do your technique at home, but then once you're on set and in front of the other actor, you just are in the moment, and organically things will happen that you can't plan for. And that's the beauty and the magic of acting. That's why we love it so much, because we're truly having an experience, a true experience, if you're doing it authentically. Now, if you're an actor that still stuck in the technique of I'm going to do it this way, and in this line I'm going to do this, and it just, then you're in your head and you're not with the other person.
Yeah, then you're becoming a
see.
professional student.
Yeah,
That's how I always see it. Then you're becoming a professional student. Now, I always feel that actors should be taking classes or some form of
You
code
always need
reading
to
or
be
something,
working out.
working out or learning a monologue, because you should always be.
It's a craft.
So
it's like working out at the gym. It's the same thing. It's like a dancer. It's like a musician. An actor needs to definitely work the craft every single day, and understand that it's a craft. Improv is fun, and right now, because of reality TV, a lot of shows and a lot of things have gone to be more reality based. So improv, and you're just like there, but to really be in a show, in a series, and theater, movies, you really need to practice and work on your craft and your technique for years.
And what is Beatrice and interesting?
Oh yeah, I read that.
You read that?
Yes.
Okay.
When I casted my play, where I rewrote the script, when I directed my high school play, I cast it exactly as the character is written, by who the real person is. Yeah, and you want, casting
it's
wants
essence.
to go to as close as possible. You want to definitely cast an actor that is the part, more than, when we first started, I'm like, in theater, it's like I was playing, the grandma,
in high school,
in college, right? So we're thinking, oh, I can play anything. It's like, no, you play you. You got to play you, and but to train you, you got to do these parts.
The hardest thing to realize as an actor is that you're not right for everything.
Exactly, and you got to understand that you're not.
We want to be right for everything,
exactly.
And we just are not. There's an essence that you have. That's the one thing that I came into really understanding. There's just, I'll audition, I'll know my essence.
Bye, Beatrice. Thank you so much.
I'll look at a breakdown and I'll go, okay, I'm really not this guy, but I'm still going to do it. I still want to do it because it's just good. Either way, I look at it as practice And you never know. You might do something that might trigger casting that they might decide to go a different way.
Exactly.
You never know.
So that's the thing that this book was talking about. It's that we become like the judge or the casting director of the roles that we go in on, going, oh no, someone else is gonna, and you start casting it and casting yourself out of it. And it's so weird when that happens, because it's like, why am I doing this? This is an amazing opportunity. Just have fun with it and let the booking gods do what they're going to do. But don't book yourself out of it. Don't cast yourself out of it in your head already saying, oh, really, why am I going in on this? And I have a really great story about that. I was in Boston Legal. This was years ago. And I went in for the housekeeper. And back then I was in my early 30s, and a long time ago.
Hello.
Anyway, I'm still in my early 30s, but you know what I mean. So I saw the breakdown, and I'm like, a housekeeper, 37 to 57, and I was insulted. I was like, what? I can't even believe I'm getting called in on this. Are you kidding me? Fine, I'll go. But you know what? I am not going to try and make myself look older. I'm not going to try and make myself look like a frumpy, housekeeper. I'm not. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to go in jeans. I'm going to wear my makeup. I'm going to do my hair. And I'm just going to wear a black top. Simple. Just me. And go in and do a great job. I went in. I know the casting director. They're total fans. They're awesome. And I was like, do you really think I'm like, it's funny because I had the courage to ask him, like, do you really think that I look this old? Oh my God, what an actress shallow thing to say, right? And he starts laughing and he's like, well, not in the 50s, but I always like to give a range of choices of 20-year span. So you're more toward the younger choice. And I'm glad that I asked that question, because at that moment, I learned something about the casting process. And then I let it go. It gave me freedom to just be me. And guess what?
You got the part.
I booked it. I booked the part. And it was the biggest lesson for me, because we should on ourselves. Like the judgment that we have on casting breakdowns, it just is getting in our way. It gets in our way. And so just let go and just be grateful for the opportunity, because you don't know. You are getting seen. That is a huge gift. So be in that instead of the judgment of like, oh my God, am I really looking that old? And it's like, oh my God, every age is a beautiful thing. So here we are, 10 years later, and I'm like, wow, it's one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. And I started with like,
Yep. Well, for me, was on a show called NCIS.
Speaking of that, you were just on NCIS New
LA,
Orleans. Oh, LA?
Last week?
Last week.
Yeah.
So, yes, a couple of people sent you messages that they saw you.
But I'm talking about
Julia in the house.
I'm talking about the other one, and we'll start cutting this short because it's already almost the hour. But what I wanted to say is, I went and auditioned for this, didn't think I was going to get it, and again, they thought of one of the things that I remember when I got the part and I walked on set and we were about, he's a bomber, a Colombian terrorist. The scenes are all in Spanish. But one thing that I remember from what the director said to me goes, I saw your audition. I thought you were really good. But you know what really impressed me was your theater background and all your theater credits. And I learned there that sometimes they are looking at things. I thought, they're not even looking at the resume. The director mentioned that.
Mhm.
So again, it's all about always being prepared. Do your work. Do your mindset.
Yep.
Work on your craft. And keep
Howdy!
dreaming,
Hello!
baby.
Kenzie from Canada, and welcome,
All right.
welcome. So, I don't know what happened to our guest.
I don't know either. I mean, he got the email.
Did he? Can you check and see if he's just running a little late?
No, I mean,
Let's
there's
see, check your emails, baby.
because you sent him
So
the
I'm
email.
going to read, Think It, Do It, You Have the Power. So today is about joy, joy. The ecstasy of happiness fills me with joy. The ecstasy of happiness fills me with joy. I unconditionally accept the joy I receive. I unconditionally accept the joy I receive. Joy is a type of happiness that goes beyond the physical sense of well-being. It includes an emotional component that is not tied to a specific activity. It is a sensation in your heart, mind, and spirit that keeps a smile in your eyes and an attitude of gratitude in your voice. When you experience this inner, energizing, yet peaceful feeling, you are compelled to share it. There may be things falling apart all around you, yet you feel you're in the eye of the storm. You might tell people this is the most peaceful you've ever felt in your life. Discover what keeps you in your place of joy. Write it down. Focus daily on staying there. Decisions made from a place of joy elevate everyone. Decisions made from a place of joy elevate everyone. You have the power to know and spread joy. You have the power to know and spread joy. I love that. You know, when you're feeling joyous, write it down. What's making you happy? So that you are reminded of it. And then you get to focus on that every day so that you're in that place of joy, regardless of what's going on around you. Regardless of what's going on around you, right? La felicidad, el gozo. Cuando se sientan feliz y se sientan ese gozo, escriban o lo ponen en su teléfono. Ah, me sentí feliz y me siento bien, ahorita me siento súper bien. ¿Qué está pasando? Y así se recuerdan todos los días, leen eso y se recuerdan, en este momento me estaba sintiendo feliz, estaba sintiéndome en paz, estaba sintiéndome con gozo. ¿Qué estaba haciendo? ¿Qué estaba pensando? So, la próxima vez que si se sientan así, escríbanlo para que no se olviden. Y en el momento que se estén sintiendo mal, léanlo, lo leen y eso los va a ayudar a regresar a ese sentido, a ese sentimiento de gozo y de paz y de felicidad. Victoria Ferreira in the house. Hello there. How are you? We miss you too. It's okay. We totally understand. Juliana's doing great. She's in school. Thank you for asking. How's Portugal? We got Portugal in the house, Mexico in the house, the Patricia Rea in the house. Patricia, are you there? Patty, are you still there? Because I want to give you a shout out. Congratulations on All Rise. Today's Theatrical Thursday. And we have Parcera representing in the show. Representing in the show All Rise as Judge Delgado. Right? I think that's.
I know she's a judge.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the name. I know she's a judge.
Oh, it's cold and rainy in Portugal. Ooh, yeah. You know, I've been to Portugal and Spain during this time, and it is very cold and rainy. Yes, I remember that. That was a very
Julie
cold.
is on. Julie, I receive joy daily.
Yes.
Staying in the present moment gives you a place of peacefulness and joyful spirit.
Yes, it
Amen.
does. Absolutely. Yes, it does. So, alrighty. So let's, today has been a little bit, as you can tell, we're very passionate about talking about our business, Theatrical Thursday, because we just went on, we went on and on and on. And so now we are going to do our meditation. Close your eyes. Vamos a hacer nuestra meditación. Let's focus on divine timing, inner power. Vamos a enfocarnos en el poder interno y También el tiempo de Dios es perfecto, el tiempo divino es perfecto. Cierren los ojos, close your eyes, and breathe. Breathe in and out. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths. In, out. Vamos a respirar 3 veces. Inhalar y exhalar. Una más. In and out. Ah. Put your hand in your heart. Feel the joy. Feel the love. Feel the light. Any buzzing feeling in your body. That's your energy, your divine energy activating. Your divine love that you have. That inner power that we all have. To manifest our dreams. To feel joy in the moment. Another deep breath. Ah, yes. Now raise your hands and connect with divine source. Imagine a bright light coming down and washing away everything and anything that doesn't serve you. Heading into your heart chakra, your crown chakra, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plex, your root chakra, and going all the way down to Mother Earth, connecting you. Respiren profundo, conéctense con el amor divino, la luz divina está bañándolos con el amor de Dios y limpiando toda negatividad, todo lo que no necesitan, todos los tranques que puedan tener, suéltenlo, conéctense con el amor divino que tienen y el poder interior que todos tenemos. Let go and take a deep breath and smile. Feel that. I'm feeling that tingly, the magic tingly sensation where you know that you are in the moment, you're connected to your higher power, you're connected to your inner power, you're connected to that divine love that it is your heart. Let's be grateful for 3 things in our lives, or 3 gifts that we've received. Think of that gift that you received. What are you grateful for in your life? Your family, your career, your health. What brings you joy? What gives you joy? Your pets, anything. All of the gifts that you are grateful for. Be present to them. And bring them into your heart and activate it. Piensen en todo lo que todas las bendiciones que tienen, todo lo que Dios les ha regalado. Y manténganse presente con esa gratitud. Traigan esa memoria, todas las bendiciones que han recibido en su vida, manténganlas vivas en su corazón. Respiren profundo, connect with a higher power, bring down, wash away anything that doesn't serve you. Now, we have the capacity to forgive and let go of judgment. Ahora tenemos la capacidad de perdonar y dejar ir de prejuicios. No juzguen, no se juzguen, dejen ir cualquier cosa que no les sirve. Traten de no juzgar a las personas. y practiquen. Es una práctica de dejar ir y de aceptar las cosas como son y aprender y preguntar, ¿qué es la lección en esto? Si algo no me gusta, algo me dolió o algo me molesta, ¿cuál es mi lección que tengo que aprender aquí? What's my lesson? When something bothers me, when something's judging, or when I'm judging and I'm feeling out of sorts, what is the lesson? Ask yourself. And forgive. Forgive yourself and forgive others and just release. Free yourself. Take a deep breath and whoo, yes, shake it all out. And now, with love and gratitude, we get to celebrate and forgiveness, and we are free to celebrate that goal, that dream, to celebrate our lives just because we're celebrating being alive, celebrating our gifts, celebrating our talent, celebrating our blessings, and celebrating that dream, that goal that has already happened, and you are feeling it right now. Ya estamos celebrando ese sueño, la vida que ya tienen, celebrando la salud, celebrando todos los regalos y bendiciones que ya tenemos y esos que vienen también. Estamos abiertos para recibir y seguir recibiendo bendiciones. We keep our hearts, our minds, and our soul open to receiving the best in life because we deserve it. And we are enough to deserve it. And we give ourselves permission to deserve and to receive the best. So celebrate right now with me. Yes. Put it in your nervous system. Clap, shake it up, and celebrate. Let's get up and dance. Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. 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 Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We celebrating.
Yes, 3 gifts. Bring with you in this family of 1111 Christmas music and my healing hugs that brings peacefulness. And yes, you have healing hugs. Julia, please put it on the comments. Talk to us about your healing hugs. And you give hugs to heal. And it is, hugs are healing. And thank you for doing that. And everyone, let's hug ourselves right now. Let's hug ourselves right now. Yes, 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 yes. I love you. I love you. Abrazarse y abrazos son muy saludables. Y Julia de Colorado da abrazos. She gives healing hugs, abrazos que ayudan a las personas. You two are my company tonight. My husband went to deliver food to the people in need for the charity associated he is volunteering.
I love it.
That's so
I
great,
love it.
Victoria. I love that. Tell him thank you for doing that. And it's about giving, and it's about volunteering and really being there for one another, especially during these times. So again, wow, today was a longer show, but it's all good. We love you guys. We really love to spend the time. And it's a beautiful Thursday. Watch the TV shows that we mentioned. And again, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank God for you. And we are here for one another.
And we'll see you mañana.
Nos vemos mañana.
Fun Family Friday.
Yes.
Bye, guys.